Hi, I'm Relic librarian Kirk Johnson, and I'm sitting next to what some of you may recognize as a microfilm reader. Now, for those of us of a certain age, we kind of associate a microfilm with libraries of our youth, but many of us may assume that they have gone the way of other outmoded pre-digital technologies, and many younger viewers of this video may not even recognize this machine at all and may have no familiarity with microfilm. However, although it certainly does not play the role that it used to play in research and librarianship, we still use microfilm quite a bit here in Relic. If you do a search for records under the microform type of material, you'll find several dozen, I think a few hundred titles, almost all of them here at Relic, and some of those titles, of course, have dozens of reels. So we have a large cabinet on the other side of the room full of microfilm. Covers a wide variety of items, but in general we have two main types of microform: local newspapers and court and county courthouse records from local jurisdictions. So if you are doing research in newspapers going back to the colonial era up till the last decade or so, or looking for things like will books, deeds, chancery court records, so forth, they're on microfilm, and you can come here and look at them. Now, if you're intimidated by this technology, if you're worried that microfilm is something that you just don't know how to use, keep in mind that staff here, we're all very familiar with it. We're more than willing to help you get set up. But I'm just going to real quick give you a quick tutorial on how to get started on microfilm. It's pretty easy. It's just it's an older technology. It's analog. So let's leave the digital world for a minute. And what we're going to do here is I'm going to turn on the power. And voila, there it is. I've got a reel from our cabinet back there. This is the Potomac News from September of 2002. So I'm going to pull this carriage forward right here. Might be best to use the handle. And I'm going to place this, it's going over the top. I'm going to place this on this spindle. And then it's hard to see from where you are, but I'm just going to place it, thread this film under this roller here, under this little glass plate, under another roller, until it's now gone all the way through to this other reel here. And then this knob here is the main control. If I turn it right, it's going to pull the film forward. If I turn it left, it's going to rewind the film. So now that I've got the film pushed through to this right roller, I'm going to turn it right, this knob, and it's just going to start turning, and boom, it grabbed the film, and it's now threaded through. So I can scroll back to the beginning. I push this carriage back until it's under the lens apparatus here, and by turning it right, I can scroll through, and here we are. Here's page 1 of the September 1st, 2002 edition of the Potomac News and Manassas Journal-Messenger. There's 3 little rotating controls here attached to the lens. The top one tilts. Some records are sideways, so be ready to turn it. The middle one is the zoom. You can zoom in to closer if you want to read an article or look at an image more carefully, or you can zoom out if you want to scan a larger part of the document. And by the way, by pulling it up and down, you can scan up and down on the document itself if the frame is larger than the lensed area. And then finally, the bottom of the 3 controls is the focus. And that's really it. I can scan, by turning this right, I can slowly scan forward. And if I turn it further to the right, it scans a lot quicker. You do have the option with this button to print the image that is on the screen. I would not want to print this since it's in between 2 pages, but If I wanted for some reason to take a image of the comics page from that issue, I could do so, and it will print off a copy right from a printer right underneath. Okay, so that's how to use the regular scanners, which are great if you need to sit down and just go through some records, read something, and perhaps want to print off a copy of a particular image. But what if you're doing a lot of research and you want to save things? Well, we do have a digital option. And if you'll bear with me, I'm going to take you on a little journey way over here. Here at Relic, we do have one digital microfilm scanner. This is the actual reel machine, and I've already got a reel of microfilm loaded on it. It loads just like that machine, although you can actually just thread it through and put it in yourself there. There's buttons here for forwarding or fast forwarding, reverse or quick reverse, and then you can just push it in like this. On this screen, there is the software. It's called ViewScan Premium, and as you can see by manipulating this, I can manipulate the image. This image is in negative. There is an option to go positive, negative, and boom, now it's a positive image. So the writing's in black and the paper behind it is in white. I apologize that the clarity is not what you'd like with this camera, but you can still see the document there. I do have the option to zoom in, which I'm doing here. There is the option to digitally enhance the image in other ways. You can turn it. This is actually upside down. I just flipped it vertically. I can also rotate it. I can also sharpen the image, increase contrast, or increase brightness. And those controls are all here on the top menu bar. There's also an option to crop, and you can crop certain parts of the page, and then you have the option to save either the cropped area or the entire screen, whichever you're looking at. And when you save that, the image will be down in this bottom menu screen here. From there, you can look at those images, you can give them a file name, and then you can save them to USB. And right up here, there's a USB option. Right behind the screen is the actual CPU, and I have a USB flash drive plugged into it already. Word of warning: this is a fantastic software. It's very robust. It can do a lot with these images. It's really quite an amazing piece of machinery that can get such clear images of this microfilm. But it comes at a cost, and that's memory. If you save more than, depending on the size of the image, 5 to 10 images, and then try to save them, if you have like 20 down there, there's a good chance it'll freeze. It just doesn't have the memory to handle transferring more than a half dozen to 10 images at a time. So my advice to you is, if you're doing a lot of research on this, every 5 to 8 images or so, save it on your USB, then clear the cache and start over again. You'll save yourself some headaches in the long run that way. Okay, well, I hope this has demystified this venerable and time-tested format for you, and I hope that some of you who've considered coming to Relic but may have felt that you don't have the old-school research skills you might need to dig into microfilm or some other analog era reference materials. I hope this will make you feel like the comfort level is easy to achieve, and we hope to see you here soon. Thanks a lot.